And now we're just going to talk about the 2020 rookie receiving class. I mean, this class has been amazing. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Chase Claypool. They all have 500 more yards. They all have 500 yards or more. Then you get onto the bottom tier receivers who are still pretty good, like Brandon Ayuk, Laviska Shenault, Henry Ruggs, Michael Pittman, Denzel Mims, Gabriel Davis, and Jalen Rager on the Eagles, KJ Hamler. And I just want to ask you guys this question. Outside of Justin Jefferson, because we know what Justin Jefferson is, he's a star. But which rookie receiver are you impressed with the most? And which one do you think is going to end up becoming the best out of these guys?
I'm gonna start with saying Laviska Shenault Jr. That's how you say his name. Yeah, that's my guy who I think impressed me the most right now. He's tied for second among rookies in targets, second in receptions, third in receiving yards. So his numbers, everything is in the top 5, top 6 in his number. He's been playing receiver and running back for the Jaguars, and even on the down year for the Jaguars, they have been absolutely dreadful. There are some bright spots, and he is definitely one of them. So I like him for being one of the best receivers. Who I think is going to be the best going forward, though, I'm going to stick to my pick, and it's CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to be the best receiver out of this draft class, just for the simple fact that he is the most, in my opinion, the most skilled. He has one of the best quarterbacks out of all of them. I think him and Dak are going to thrive if Dak stays there. I think they're going to be partners for a while, and they're going to thrive together. So I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb being the best out of this class, and Laviska Shenault, who has been impressing me right now.
I realized that I got to start talking over you guys because you guys are stealing my takes. So, but before I get into those two answers, I just want to read off a couple numbers because reading these, I was blown away. I knew this receiving class was great, but when you look at the numbers, this 2020 receiving class has over 7,000 yards, 74 missed. They've created 74 missed tackles, which is the first out of any receiving group ever. 176 receptions of 15 yards or more, which is the first out of any receiving group ever. Only a 6.5 drop percentage, which is second out of any receiving group. 36 touchdowns, which is fourth. 296 first downs, which is 22 more than any other rookie receiving class at this point in time. And since PFF started in Pro Football Focus, started in 2006, Justin Jefferson is their highest graded rookie receiver ever with a 90.2 to this point in the season. And T. Higgins and Brandon Ayuk are both top 15. And only one other class since they started in 06 had more than one receiver with an 80-plus grade, and that was 2016. Those two guys were Tyreek Hill and Michael Thomas. So it's a good indication of what this class has been. Now, getting into it, you know, we've spoken about Justin Jefferson. He's come in, immediately filled the hole of Stephon Diggs. He's averaging 3.12 yards per route, which is second among all receivers in the league. And he's on pace for over 1,000 yards in his rookie season with Adam Thielen on the field with him and Dalvin Cook having the year that he's having. So he's been the best, but we're saying without him. Personally, Chase Claypool has impressed me the most. Him and Ben Roethlisberger have 134.3.
Hey, Jack. I'm sorry to cut you off. Yo, Joel, was it you who had doubts about Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, I did.
I will say, in Joel's favor, he was the guy who was on Chase Claypool, who was the guy I was about to talk about.
Yeah, continue. No, I was just thinking like somebody told me about him. That's what, and that was Joel who told me about Justin Jefferson.
So Chase Claypool and Big Ben have 134.3 passer rating together, which is the fourth duo out of any quarterback receiver in the entire league. And that's with Deontay Johnson and Juju Smith-Schuster on his team. So he's sharing the load and still going out and getting his. And this is not what we expected out of him right away. I feel like there were a couple of rookie receivers who you kind of knew were going to come in and play a huge role. And you didn't expect that out of Claypool, but he has really been a key in that Steelers offense. Who do I think is going to be the best going forward? I'm going to agree with Riv and say CeeDee Lamb. I just think that he's the most complete receiver in this draft, and he was really showing that star potential with Dak Prescott before Dak went down so early in the season. And it's been hard to judge him the past few weeks because who has he had at quarterback? Garrett Gilbert, Ben DiNucci. But, I mean, this class is ridiculous. T. Higgins has been incredible for Joe Burrow and the connection that they have developed. That's going to be super fun to watch the next couple of years. Brandon Ayuk, seeing that larger target share over the past few weeks with every 49ers receiver going on the COVID list. He's been really good. And that's not even talking about Jerry Jeudy, who's dealt with the shaky quarterback play. He's had 19 plays of 15 or more yards. That's fourth in the NFL amongst any receiver. And then you're still not even talking about guys like Laviska Shenault, Darryl Mooney, Gabriel Davis, KJ Hamler. They've all shown great signs at some point in the season. And then Jalen Reagor, Henry Ruggs, Denzel Mims have all dealt with injuries throughout the season. And all of them from their college tape have shown star potential. So I personally think that we can be looking at the greatest receiver class of all time. But right now, I'm going to say Chase Claypool has impressed me the most this year, but CD would be the guy I would take moving forward.
Now, I agree. This does have potential to be one of the best receiving classes of all time. That being said, I said no Justin Jefferson, but that's the guy who's impressed me the most. But outside of him, because I'll name somebody else, you name Claypool, you named CeeDee Lamb, or who did you name as your most impressive, Riv? I forgot.
Laviska Shenault.
Laviska Shenault. Okay. Yeah, my guy is not neither of those. My guy is T. Higgins. This is a guy that when he got drafted to Cincinnati, I thought he was a step slow. I didn't think he wasn't going to be a burner. He was going to be more of a possession receiver, but he's been more than that. And when he came into Cincinnati, I thought, wow, you have Tyler Boyd, A.J. Green, John Ross, even Auden Tate. I'm like, wow, T. Higgins is going to get buried. But in fact, the exact opposite happened. He's their number one receiver right now. He's second among rookies in receiving yards, and that's Joe Burrow's favorite target. I feel like every time I'm looking at Bengals stats, I see T. Higgins having 100 yards receiving in that game. And this is a guy that I thought was going to be buried to begin the season, but he's ascended and he's built great chemistry with Joe Burrow. But to talk about the guy that I think is going to be the best moving forward, I think it will be Justin Jefferson. But I feel like that's an easy pick because Justin Jefferson, he has great hands. He's a great route runner. I think he's the best route runner in this class so far. But I'm going to go with another pick, and he's going to be the second best receiver in this class. That guy is Denzel Mims on the New York Jets. Denzel Mims is going to be a star. And I've said this even before the draft. I looked into Rivers' eyes, into my webcam's lens, and I said Denzel Mims will be a superstar. He's a star. He's a superstar in the making. And he's the games that he's been with the Jets, he's played really well considering that the Jets have a horrible offensive scheme. They have inconsistent quarterback play. Denzel Mims has been a bright spot. I felt like ever since Denzel Mims came back, our offense has looked alive. It's looked better. And that's a product of Denzel Mims. That's me giving credit to him because he's changed the way that I watch Jets football. When I watch Jets football, I say, okay, I can take this because I'm watching Denzel Mims. If he's not on the field, I change the channel. But because he's there, he's box office, I want to watch him. Denzel Mims, he makes great plays. Once the Jets figure out this offense, get a good quarterback, hopefully it's Trevor Lawrence, you're going to see Denzel Mims become a star.
And I was just going to say, the point that you made at the end, I think is the most important thing to everything that you just said. If this offseason the Jets bring in a real NFL head coach, get Trevor Lawrence in the draft, and he's everything that he was made out to be, and even, maybe get another receiver to complement him, maybe get a running back to take some of the load off of the passing game, fix up that offensive line a little bit, give Lawrence a little more time to throw. That is not an outlandish take. In the games that he's played, he's shown potential to make spectacular plays. And in college at Baylor, he never had a problem making the big play. One of the biggest problems he had was catching the football, and he's done a pretty good job of that so far. So he has the potential to make those spectacular plays that you see out of big-time receivers. So this offseason could be make or break for Denzel Mims and what he becomes.
You don't got nothing to say, Riv? Because I know you're holding back.
No, I feel like there's a lot of guys who's going to be better than him. Jerry Jeudy, you could have picked, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, even Chase Claypool.
I said Justin Jefferson. I said he's one.
Yeah, but putting Denzel at two, I can't take you seriously because it just gives me too much of your Jets bias into you. So we'll see, though. We'll see. I mean, he's only played, 2-3 games, so we'll see. We'll see. As the year progresses, we'll see how he does. But I'm sticking to my pick, CeeDee Lamb at one. If I had to pick a two, it would probably be, I think it would be Justin Jefferson or Jerry Jeudy. Those would be my top 3 guys out of this class, though.
And let me also, I reeled off a bunch of great rookie receivers. I want to add another name that I totally forgot, but throughout the conversation, I remember Michael Pittman Jr. He's been
good.
really good for the Colts this year when he stayed on the field, and I feel like he was one of the more slept-on receivers in the class. And he stepped up in a big role with T.Y. Hilton being out. When he's been on the field, he's been big for them, and I think he can be moving forward.
Hey, what's up, guys? You just finished watching a clip of the Pick Aside podcast. My name is Joel Moran.
My name is Jack Barteck.
My name is River Brown.
And we are your hosts for this podcast. We want to thank you guys for watching the clip. Like, subscribe, and comment, and share if you would care to, because it helps us grow. We're trying to make this a full-time thing. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting, and see you next time.